Hello everyone, my name is Jai and welcome to a very special model railway review video. As today, finally, after waiting for roughly around 2 years, the brand new Overland cars have just been released from Auscision Models, and I'm going to go ahead and review some for you. But of course, before I can even go ahead and show you what I have to purchase them. So, we're going to be getting a comment from Flinders Street, as you can see, and we're going to be heading up to North Brighton at Train World, where I'll go ahead and purchase my Overland, and as well as that, I'll give you a small tour at Train World to show you some of the Overland cars that they have in stock over there. So with all that being said though, please sit back, relax, and of course enjoy the video. Alright everyone, so that was the small tour up at Train World, and well, as you can see, I ended up getting my Overland set I wanted, so I'm pretty happy about that. But now I'm going to start making my way back home, and of course when we do that I'll go ahead and show you this Overland set close up and unbox it. So I'll see you guys in a sec.
Yeah, I'll be down for a while.
Yeah, but down for a while. I'll talk to the guy I know.
Thank you.
I'll pick up the
CSR.
Yeah, 005.
Cool.
Alright everyone, I'm now back from Train World and I got myself a pretty big purchase. And here it is. So yeah, I decided to get myself a brand new Auscision Models Overland set. Now I have to say it was quite difficult to choose which set I wanted, as I thought they did look all fantastic, but I made sure to get the one that I really liked the most, so overall should be still pretty happy. But anyway, the version of the Overland I got was one of the 8-car variants, and this one is from 2007 to 2017 era. You might be able to tell because it has the green and purple lines, which I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct or not, please let me know, but the green lines means that it's a more high class, like first class, and the purple is your standard class. If I am wrong, no, please let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's what the difference of the coloured on the lines mean. But we'll just take a little look around the box. So over here is the description of the model. So if you're interested in getting this set, it is the GSR the Overland with the 2007 to 2017 era, and it has the blue, purple, green livery with the Overland EMU plates. Now as far as the rest of the box goes, it's pretty much just your standard Auscision packaging kind of box, which of course still looks fairly nice, but as you can see it's pretty much what you would expect. But that is the box, so now of course we'll go ahead and take off all this plastic wrap and get inside this beautiful model. And here she is. The other plastic fin off. Well, here we are. First off, looks like we've got some little instructions in here, and we've also got another little thing in here. What are these? Oh yeah, I'm not really surprised about this, but it looks like we do have some extra little couplings. These, I'm assuming, would be the way longer versions. So that way if you've got some more tight radius curves, you can use them. And then looks like we have a little instructions and diagram for coaches. So here's our first one. Oh well, yeah, it does look pretty nice, doesn't it? I love the logo on the Overland there, that looks really good. As far as inside, as you can see, it looks like it's just a standard looking first class coach. Once again, I'm pretty sure this will be a first class, but I don't know. And then we've got a little red sign there, I'm not sure what that says, but I'm guessing red platinum or something. Or premium, I'm not too sure. We've also got little, I'm assuming little brake discs on the frame. And yes, as per usual, we do have the little Auscision logo there. A roof. Yeah, looks very nice. So this one is pretty much the same, it looks like. Got the same looking interior. And once again, looks very nice. And here's our last, presuming first class carriage. Now this one is a little bit different. This is actually the buffet coach. If we look just in here, you can see we've got a little bit of interior detail in there which shows a buffet. Then we have some of the seating in there. And then if we look the other way, as you can see, we do have the plain blank side, which means that it is the buffet. Next up, we've got the normal economy coaches. So here's our first one. You can see got a little bit of a different logo there on the side, which once again I'm not sure what that reads, it's too small for me to see, but I'm just guessing like red normal or something like that. But look inside, once again it does look pretty much like the others. I will admit, even the detail on the fronts here, which you normally will never see, is definitely pretty good as well. Something I've just noticed, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed with the other carriages I've looked at, but it looks like some of these blinds are actually, well, in different positions. So some of them are a bit higher than others, and some are a bit lower than others. So that's actually kind of a cool little detail I've just noticed. How did I not notice earlier? Not sure how blind I am. Second last coach. We're almost through. Yeah, once again, some of the blinds are a bit higher than others. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little detail that I will say that's pretty cool that Auscision did. But once again, it's pretty much just another standard coach. And now we move on to the final coach of the Overland. That is the brake van coach. Or just luggage van, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it is pretty plain. That is pretty much what it's like with the real Overland now. It's a plain looking shell. Got some little black things here. I'm not sure what these are, maybe exhaust or something. So just looking at the front here, looks like we've got some little warning stickers here. Not sure the camera's focusing or not, but we do have them there. So that's pretty cool. And here is what the underframe looks like, which is definitely pretty detailed. And on the back here, it looks like that, yes, we will have working rear lights. Looks like we've got 3 of them, which is pretty cool. But we also do have some, once again, warning labels on the back here. Once again, the blooming thing was the focus, of course. So yeah, looks very nice. Alright, so here is the whole set now out of the box. So overall, yeah, I'm definitely quite impressed with the way these carriages do look. They've got a lot of amazing detail. They definitely, I would say, look extremely nice. Something I just want to quickly see, yes, it is true. These things have actually also got some blinds that are going up and some that aren't. So yeah, I'm not sure how I missed that, but that's another really cool detail that these coaches have. but you guys know me, this isn't actually the only thing we're going to be unboxing today. So I've actually just received a parcel today from Auscision directly that also has to deal with an add-on for the Overland video. So let me go ahead and get that package and I'll be right back. Alright folks, so I kind of lied. We actually have two parcels we're going to be taking a look at from Auscision. As you can see, we have one in a paper bag and we also have one in a conventional box. So I think we'll go ahead and open up the paper bag one first, as I believe this will have the little bit more less interesting stuff in it. So let's go ahead and get this bag open. Just like that. And we have what looks to be another set of boxes inside of this. Okay, well I will admit I am quite thankful that Auscision actually has put a little bit more protection with these compared to my CSRs. Right, let me go ahead and get a knife and we'll cut these off. And just like that, here they are. So, as you can see, I did end up getting a couple of the crew cars, Pacific National ones. They are both different, as you can see. One of them has Pacific National on the bottom, and the other one has it on the top. All in all, looks pretty cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the second box now open. Oh, there we go. And, oh, we actually have some peanut. So we've got some peanut packaging. Oh boy, that's going to be a bit of fun to move that away. Uh-oh. And let's slowly get these out. I'll just put them to one side. Uh-oh, it's starting to get on the floor. Oh no. 2 and 3. And here's what we got. So, they are the PCJ power vans, and I did end up getting 3 of them. The first one we got is in the Mark III livery, or Cheeseburger was its nickname. Now, the other 2 are exactly the same. They are both in the PTV livery. Yes, I decided to get 2 of them. I know, I'm a little bit crazy. They are both the same number and everything. I just thought, yeah, I'll get 2 of them. So here it is all together. As you can see, we have the 3 power vans and the 2 Pacific National crew cars. So overall, that is now all of the packaging unboxing done. So we'll now go ahead and unbox all these power vans and crew cars, of course. So I think we'll go ahead and start off with the Pacific National crew cars, and then we'll make our way up to the power vans. So we'll go ahead and start off with this Pacific National crew car. Now on the side here we do have the description. So this one is of course in Pacific National and is a Risen crew car from 2007 to present era, blue yellow livery. Things a bit tight. Now how are we going to take this out? I guess like this. Now this one's probably got the most detail out of all the free crew cars you can currently get. So we have a cool little Australian sticker there. We have this, which says home service or something like that. Unfortunately I can't read it because it's too small. Looks beautiful though, of course. Then we have the little stars on the side. That looks pretty cool too. We have a little Australian stamp there. And then of course we have the Pacific National van right in the middle. So the other side looks like it's pretty much the same. The roof, pretty much what you expect. That's for the other side. And then we do have a little door this way. And before I forget, here's underneath. But no, this looks really nice. And probably out of the two crew cars I'm going to take a look at, no doubt this is going to be my favourite one. So here is the second Pacific National crew car. Now obviously, as you can see, it is a little bit different to the one we just looked at. And as for the description, this one is once again Pacific National Rising Crew Car from 2007 to present era, also in the blue-yellow livery. So as you can see, this one is definitely a little bit different to the first one. Once again, we do have the Pacific National on the top there, which is of course a bit different. And we don't have all the stickers and stuff like that on the side, like from the last one. Now, I'm not sure, I don't think these coaches do light up, because these were a little bit more cheaper than the power vans. It looks like that, yeah, we don't have any lights on them, which is not surprising, because usually these things run in between the locos and the wagons. Now, before I do forget, we do actually have some instructions that was included with these crew cars. Now, this is just, I'm assuming, just a diagram of how these all go together. So as you can see, next up, we'll take a look at the PCJ power car that's in the Mark III. Once again, for the description, this one is V-Line Passenger Mark III PCJ power van, 2009 to 2016 era, in the red, white and purple livery. Now this one's probably going to be a little bit more detailed, so I've got to be a little bit more careful with this one. And considering the price of these, for what I heard, these should have lights, so that's something I'm really hoping that they do have. First glance, yeah, it looks very nice, doesn't it? Definitely looks very nice to me. Now, firstly, something that I am kind of a little bit surprised, because you know how big these are, these doors don't seem to open, which is a little bit sad actually. I really think they should have had these with the opening doors, honestly, considering how big they are. They did it with the end cars, so yeah, oh well. But as you can see, the roof is definitely a lot more different. Very different indeed, a lot more detail on this compared to the crew cars. Now, as far as the front, yes, we do have lights there, so I've got no doubt those are going to work. At least I would want to. But overall, the detail on this does look very nice, I will say. And on the other side, yes, we also do have lights. So it looks like both sides are both lit, which is good. And then it looks like down here we do have an on and off switch for both sides of the power car to turn the lights on or off, so that's good. But yeah, looks very nice. Now these power vans also do come with some instructions, mainly again just a diagram. So as you can see, these are all the separately fitted parts. Probably talk to you a little bit about the lights and stuff like that. But as you can see, quite a lot of parts as per usual from these models. Alright, now we move on to what is probably going to be my favourite PCJ power van, and that is of course in the PTV. Now, as far as the description, this one is in V-Line Passenger Mark IV PCJ power van from 2017 to present era with the purple and silver livery. Alright, so firstly, I've actually got a little bit of a complaint. Something I've noticed straight away is this looks like it's a little bit unglued, or it's come unstuck. Well, now it's pressed back in, but I've got a feeling that's going to come back out. So that's already a little bummer, but apart from that, it's looking very nice, of course. So one thing I will admit that I do like about the PTV is the fragments on the sides here of the fragmental pattern. Pretty cool design in my opinion. And yeah, it's just that part's come undone again, of course it has. As far as the roof, pretty much the same as the other one. It's not really that much difference here. Of course, we do have the PTV on the side here on the door, and of course the V-line in the purple. And something that's really cool about this one is we also have the PTV on the doors here. And just like the last one, this one should have lights. But overall, yeah, it's a very nice finish on all these models, I have to say. But once again, I really wish that, considering how much these are, that Auscision actually did a door feature where you could open and shut it, but I don't know, maybe I'm asking too much. What do you guys think? I don't really think so, but overall, yeah, so that is everything now finally unboxed. I promise that is literally it. So what I'm gonna go ahead and now do is I'll go ahead and unbox this one off camera, and I'll also take the power van out of the Overland set, and we'll go ahead and test out the lights on these and see whether they work or not, and if they do, what do they look like. So let me go ahead and set up a piece of track, and I'll be right back with you. So here are all the power vans that we're going to go ahead and test to see if they have any lights. The Pacific National crew cars don't count because they don't have any lights, so we're only going to be looking at these four. Now the way I'm going to do it is with just a conventional 9-volt battery. No need to use a controller. Alright, so as you can see, we do have the rear lights on this power van on, and overall it does look pretty good. Thankfully it does seem to work. However though, I was a little bit wrong. It looks like we don't have 3 marker lights, we've only got 2, but that's still fine. Next up, we'll take a look at the Mark III PCJ power van. So let me go ahead and put the battery on, see if we got any rear lights. Yep, there they are. It looks like they are a little bit more dim than the Overland Set one, but still looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and see if we do also have some lights on the other side. And it turns out, yes, we do have rear lights on the other side as well, so that's really good. Both sets of rear lights on this luggage van are working. Here is the PTV power van, and as you can see, the rear lights on this one are also working on one side. And as you can see, yes, the other rear lights are also working on the other side. However though, these ones are a lot more brighter than what they were on the front, so yeah, a little bit weird. So once again, looks like the lights are also working on this unit as well, so that's really good. And the same goes for the other side. Well everyone, I have to say, after doing the light test, I'm definitely quite pleased with all these power vans. Thankfully none of them seem to have any issues with the lights, they all seem to be working. Some are a little bit more dimmer than others, but I can live with that. So now that we've done the unboxing of the Overland and all these, including the Pacific National crew cars, now we can go ahead and run all these at the Car Overland Railway Club and have some fun. So let's go ahead and get that started.
$33.60 for a 20 pair. Oh my. $5.99 for $7.95.
Looked at, and that was the answer I got. So when I don't believe this layout is that, you know. It's just true.
Yeah, but everywhere else.
Well, this is one of the boys on it. Oh, you just you're avoiding the AGM. You're avoiding the AGM.
That's What's your life? Different So what will these come on, Sam.
Alright everyone, we have finally made it to my final thoughts and conclusions on the Overland cars from Auscision. So, overall, what do I think of them? Well, I think unsurprisingly, Auscision have done an outstanding job when it comes to these models. I am absolutely really impressed with all this stuff. Of course there are occasional, little criticisms I will give out to them, but of course for the most part I'm really quite impressed with all this stuff. For the most part they all ran very well. They also do look fantastic with the amount of separately fitted details. All the paint job, separately fitted stickers and logos on these coaches are absolutely stunning as well. And I really do of course like the fact that we do get the power vans with the rear lights. That's also a really nice touch that Auscision have done. And of course, as far as the interior detail in all the coaches and most of the power vans, is of course done very well as well. Now, as far as some of my little criticisms, I still do stand the fact that I really think that Auscision should have made the power vans have opening doors. I mean, come on guys, $200, I really think that they could have at least made it where these big side doors could open. My only other criticism I'll give is with one of my PTV vans. Of course, if you remember, I had gotten a coach that had a bit of a problem with the yellow striping on the bottom. It was kind of peeling away, but I will say thankfully Auscision did give me a replacement, so I will say a massive thank you for them doing that. Now, something I just want to quickly mention is, well, there's actually another main reason why these power vans here are worth $200, and this is something I only just found out after watching a video on Nicholas Train channel, which I'll give a shout out to, but he made a video a few weeks to about a month ago I think, where he was showing off some of his Overland cars, including a power van. And something that he actually mentioned is the fact that the main reason why these power vans are worth as much as they are is apparently because these have actually got a speaker inside of them, and you're actually meant to get a separate DCC chip to put in these, and it's meant to make the generator sounds of the power van. So after hearing about that, now I can sort of understand why these are worth as much as they are. And of course, if you guys are interested in wanting to get any of these Overland sets, cars, power vans or anything like that, you are quite in luck, because surprisingly, apart from one item, the rest are currently still in stock. The only item that is currently not available is the Vinelander V-Line Orange and Silver livery, which is a 2-car pack. But apart from that, you guys can literally purchase any other of these items. So get them while you still can, because they aren't going to be, of course, available forever. So overall everyone, that's going to be it for my review on the Overland. So of course, hopefully you guys did enjoy this review. I know I had a lot of fun making it, and I know it did take a little while to come out, but now it's finally out. So hopefully for you guys it was worth the wait. But hopefully for my next review, I cross fingers that it's going to be the N classes, as I don't think they're going to be too far away. And now that I've got, well, some of these, it will definitely make it a bit more fun to run with the N classes. So definitely really excited for them to now come out. But overall everyone, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.